Good morning. I'm Sheriff Curtis Cochran, Swain County. Welcome to beautiful North Carolina. God was working his best work when he created this place for all the beauty and relaxation for folks to come here and enjoy themselves. Got just a few remarks and I'll be very short. Swain County consists of private land, national forest, national park, and Cherokee Indian Reservation. And those three entities own approximately 87% of the property in Swain County. We're fortunate that we have Fontana Reservoir in Swain County, which provides recreation for thousands in the summertime, along with many floating homes that are used year-round when there's enough water on the lake to float them. Fontana Dam construction was started in 1942 and completed in 1944. The dam is 2,365 feet long and 480 feet high, which makes it the tallest dam in the eastern United States. Depending on water levels, the reservoir is about 17 miles long and 135 feet deep. The dam was created to help the World War II effort to provide power to Oak Ridge, Tennessee for the nuclear facility. A lot of people in Swain County gave up their property for this reservoir to be built for the war effort. They were promised a road to be built back to their cemetery so they could go back and visit, and that road was never completed. We also, besides the Fontana Dam and the Scenic Railroad, we have the Road to Nowhere in Swain County, and it is literally a road to nowhere. It's about 6 miles long, goes into the national park, into a tunnel, and dead ends. It was never completed. The government did make a settlement with Swain County about 3 or 4 years ago for $52 million in exchange for building the road. Swain County population ranges anywhere from 13,000 permanent residents to 20,000 in the summer months, and a lot of the visitors and tourists come to this area for whitewater rafting and the Smoky Mountain Scenic Railroad excursion. The Tail of the Dragon is a huge draw for motorcyclists as well as vintage car enthusiasts. The Tail of the Dragon starts in Swain County about 2 miles down the road here and extends into Tennessee. The road is approximately 11 miles long with 318 curves, some of which can be hard to maneuver around for a novice on a motorcycle or a car. There are actually hairpin turns, and you can just about see your tail lights as you go around some of these curves. We encourage everybody to come visit this beautiful part of North Carolina. We want you to be safe and return to your loved ones and happy and healthy. There's a few basic rules that you can follow that will help you to do that. To be safe, buckle up, slow down, and don't drink and drive. The DWI problem could be solved very simply by, if you're going to drink, don't drive. If you drive, don't drink. This road is not made for anybody that's consuming alcohol. So we want you to enjoy yourself and have a happy and healthy summer in Western North Carolina. Thank you. This time I'd like to introduce Captain Andrew Helton with the North Carolina Wildlife Resource Commission for a few remarks. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Captain Helton with the North Carolina Wildlife Resources Commission, Law Enforcement Division, and it is an honor to be here along with the Swain County Sheriff's Department, Graham County Sheriff's Department, Tennessee Highway Patrol, North Carolina Highway Patrol, the North Carolina Governor's Highway Safety Team, the Tennessee Highway Safety Team, and Ellen Pitt, who is our local MAD representative. We are here today to highlight the importance of keeping our highways safe in both North Carolina and Tennessee at this border-to-border Tail of the Dragon press conference. At this particular location, which is Highway 129, better known as the Tail of the Dragon, is one of the most deadliest stretches of road in North Carolina and Tennessee. This particular stretch of road is the #1 place in the world to ride motorcycles because there are 318 curves in an 11-mile stretch. We want to encourage anyone who is traveling the stretch of roadway to be very careful and obey all traffic laws. Providing public safety is our #1 responsibility as a state law enforcement agency. We also want vehicle operators to be mindful of the land and the surroundings while traveling this stretch of roadway. The U.S. Forest Service land, which is managed by the North Carolina Wildlife Resources Commission, Alcoa property, which is managed by the TWRA, and our Great Smoky Mountains National Park, travel along beside this stretch of roadway. Vehicle operators may occasionally see elk, bear, deer, wild boar, and wild turkey crossing the road periodically throughout this 11-mile stretch. We ask that all motorists take their time, be aware of their surroundings, and stay mentally prepared for what they may encounter when traveling the Dragon. Also, on the weekend of July 4th, this will be our 13th year where we continue teaming up with many state and local agencies throughout North Carolina to provide extra safety while on our roads and waterways. This year, we will be teaming up with many state and local agencies to include the Highway Patrol, North Carolina ALE, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, DHHS. Together, we continue to highlight the importance of safe and sober operation of vehicles and vessels. Every year, whether on the road or on the water, North Carolina citizens are negatively affected by impaired operators. It's hard to fathom how something so easily preventable can turn so tragic in a moment's notice. Many of these incidents could be avoided by simply designating a sober driver or operator, or furthermore, by refraining from using alcohol or other impairing substances on the roads and waterways. I would like to remind you that it is unlawful to operate any vehicle or vessel on roads or public waterways in North Carolina while having a blood alcohol content of 0.08 or greater, or while being appreciably impaired by an impairing substance such as alcohol, drugs, or prescription medications. Overall, we want everyone to travel safely while on our roads and on our waters. The North Carolina Wildlife Resources' main priorities is to provide public safety and to protect our state's beautiful resources. This includes the enforcement of all boating laws and any of our state's highway safety laws which prohibit reckless driving and irresponsible vehicle operation. I am very honored to be here today and to now turn the podium over to Sergeant Huckabee with the Tennessee Highway Patrol.
Good morning. It's good to be here today with all the law enforcement officers we have with us, all the folks out here that ride motorcycles, drive cars, and all those things. We appreciate y'all being here, and we just want to talk today a little bit about safety. I'm Sergeant Randy Huckabee with the Tennessee Highway Patrol. I've been with the THP for 28 years, been assigned to Blount County here in Tennessee for 16, and worked the Dragon a little more than 16 years. Myself and other troopers, along with the Blount County Sheriff's Department, we patrol the Dragon aggressively, and we do that because we have a concern for people on the road. We do that because we do not want to see any deaths or serious injuries on this road. They asked me to say a few words today, and I pondered on exactly what to say, and throughout my experiences that I've had with working the Dragon, I decided to be a little serious about it. So, I thought, what can I say in a few minutes to make an impact on anyone that listens? What can I say to make a difference in somebody's life, or maybe help save a life? The Dragon starts here in North Carolina and goes all the way to Tabcat Bridge in Blount County. There's 318 curves, as we know, in 11 miles. It averages somewhere around 28.9 curves per mile. Just think about that. That's a lot of curves. The Dragon is very unforgiving. Just one mistake alone can end a life. We had 3 fatalities in 2020 on the Tennessee side on the Dragon. We had 8 in 2021 and 2 in 2022. We've had 53 serious injury crashes on the Dragon in the last 2.5 years, 47 of those being motorcycles or trucks. That's not counting the property damage accidents that we've had and the ones that's not even reported. The top 2 things that I feel that will prevent crashes and fatalities on the Dragon are this. First, you you've got to slow down. Obey the speed limit. The speed limit is 30 miles per hour. The greater the speed, the more risk you have of crashing and hurting yourself or hurting someone else. The second thing that we see very often that people do not do is they do not stay in their lane of traffic. The average lane is about 11 feet wide, and if you get out of your lane, that's when you get into trouble. A few things to remember: this road is not for inexperienced riders or drivers. We constantly see individuals up here that are new to riding a motorcycle, and it's just a disaster waiting to happen. We encourage wearing DOT-approved helmets while riding a motorcycle. Of course, we encourage riding sober, no drugs or alcohol, or driving sober. We encourage you to wear your seatbelt when you're in a vehicle. Last but not least, I want to say that just remember, someone cares for you. Someone out there cares for you. A father, a mother, a husband, a wife, a son or daughter. I've never been to someone's home to let them know that a loved one's been killed and not seen tears, not seen pain, not seen grief. I've never been to someone's home and not seen them break down and ask me, "Trooper, why did this happen? What am I going to do?" So I ask you today to please be safe, be careful. Don't do something that not only will change your life, but change the life of a loved one forever. I encourage you to take a motorcycle safety foundation course. Encourage you to drive safe, be considerate, and share the road. I will now turn it over to Major Bell with the North Carolina State Highway Patrol. Thank you.
Short people. Good morning, and thank you for the introduction. It is an honor for our agency to be a part of this collective group of traffic safety partners. Assistant Director Leonard, distinguished guests, I believe our combined presence is a clear indication of our commitment to our communities and the needed traffic enforcement across county and state lines, which reflect our determination to save lives. We know that our adjoining states have so many destinations to visit and natural beauty to enjoy, which ultimately draws residents and visitors to the area. As we welcome drivers to this distinctive road and area, we hope that they share with law enforcement and the larger community the goal of enjoying their ride while adhering to the law, practicing safe driving techniques, and commitment to what often equates to drivers using some common sense. Our message, regardless of what state you call home, the principles of driving defensively, obeying the speed limit, and not driving while impaired are universal. Good choices, whether on US 129 or any road across our nation. Our law enforcement commitment to residents and visitors of this area are looking to safely enjoy a scenic ride is that of continued traffic safety education and enforcement to help make an enjoyable time of all. And while we hope that being a visible deterrent is sufficient, we understand that our strict enforcement of motor vehicle laws is necessary for some and can be counted upon to help prevent what we see as avoidable life-changing events. So please join us in a commitment to obey the speed limit, not drive recklessly, and practice good common sense while operating a motor vehicle. Thank you again for having the North Carolina State Highway Patrol as part of today's event. These strong partnerships that extend beyond state lines are a commitment to the safety of all roadway users. Thank you. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Ellen Pitt, who is the chair for the Western Driving While Impaired Task Force. Ms. Ellen?
Thank you, Major. Good morning, and thank you to everyone for your commitment to saving lives, especially to our wonderful Tennessee neighbors. We live in one of those beautiful areas in the world We have it all. We have mountains, lakes, wildlife, fishing, skiing, kayaking, cycling. We want you, whether you live here or whether you came to visit, to rejoice in the beauty of Western North Carolina and East Tennessee. All of the people you see around me are highly trained professionals, and they're dedicated to helping you do just that. They want to encounter you in a good way, helping you change a tire or find your way to your next activity. They do not want to come to the scene of a serious wreck where someone's been injured or killed. They do not want to have to arrest you for something that will forever change your life. As a registered nurse, I've encountered the aftermath of dangerous driving decisions too many times. As a crime victim advocate, I shepherd grieving and devastated families through the painful and at times incomprehensible court process. My 20-year involvement with MAD began with a child who was being endangered by riding with a repeat DWI offender, and that became a lifetime crusade. So I ask you to always be aware of your most precious cargo when driving or boating with child passengers, and to remember that both North Carolina and Tennessee have strict penalties for DWI child endangerment. Wear your seatbelt, slow down, and above all, do not operate any vehicle or vessel while impaired. Go out and have a ball here in our mountains. Celebrate North Carolina and Tennessee, and do the world-famous Tail of the Dragon, knowing that we and all our officers are keeping watch over you and your family and doing everything that we can to keep you safe. Wishing you a wonderful summer from the Western North Carolina Regional DWI Task Force and all our partners. I'm going to turn this over now to one of our colleagues and partners, Armando Fontes with the Tennessee Highway Safety Office. Armando.
Good afternoon. It's so good to see everyone here today. First and foremost, I want to thank Ms. Cheryl Leonard with the Governor's Highway Safety Office in North Carolina for the work that she's done helping to put this event together, along with her support staff and all those that have made this event to be a successful time. On behalf of Director Buddy Lewis with the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, we want to thank you all so much for being here. And we also want to thank our media partners and our social media partners for being here. With you guys being here, you're able to spread awareness. You're helping us to send that message that we care, and to share the word that we're here to help you and we're here to protect you and to save lives. That's what this is about. My colleagues that are here with me, that I'm working with, that stand behind me, these are great men and women who daily make sacrifices to better all communities. And it's great that we have a wonderful partnership with North Carolina and Tennessee, and I'm so proud to be able to work with wonderful people. In saying that, why are we here today? We're here to raise awareness. We're here to save lives, and we're here to simply let the people know that we care about you. We want you to be able to go home safely after you travel the Dragon or travel different areas of Tennessee or North Carolina or in whatever state it may be. We want you to arrive safe, and we want you to be there where you are able to reunite with your family and loved ones so they don't have to go through a grieving process that we have experienced with so many. In 25 years of law enforcement, I have delivered multiple death notifications. When we go there and we deliver those death notifications to these families, we hurt with those families. We cry with those families, and we are saddened by the experience and the traumatic experience that they're going through as a result of these fatal crashes. And so we're here to simply say that we care about you. We want to see you have fun, but we want to see you do these things and participate in these different activities in a good, safe manner. One fatality is too many. And so what it comes down to is we can do our part from a law enforcement aspect, but what we really need is we need all motorists and all citizens to do your part. We need you to take and to obey the traffic laws that have been established. These laws are put in place for the safety of society. It's not to be a ruler or to be some type of dictatorship, but to simply inform you and let you know that, hey, this is the safest speed limit that you could travel on this road as it's been engineered and been done. We also want you to buckle up. Wearing your seatbelt does save lives. I've seen multiple horrendous crashes where seatbelts have made the determining factor of whether an individual lives or whether an individual dies. When it comes down to riding your motorcycles and enjoying that, that's one thing that we want you to enjoy. We want you to take and get out and have fun, but wear that protective gear, wear your helmet. And if you're a motorist in a vehicle, be alert, pay attention, watch for these people that are out here traveling these roadways, because a motorcycle is a little bit more difficult to see. But in return also, those of you that travel on motorcycles, make sure that you're driving in a safe manner. It's important. Be a courteous driver. That's one of the most greatest things that you can do as a citizen is simply be a courteous driver and be patient with other people. Go out here and travel these roadways and remember that people will make mistakes and people will err in different ways, but be that exception to society and be a patient and courteous driver on all of our roadways. And so in saying that, we're very thankful to have all of these individuals here, these officers from different agencies. We're so proud of what we do, and we're so proud to be able to serve in the capacities that we serve in. And we're so thankful to see all this great group of people out here riding your bikes and enjoying the day, and we want you to go home safely. And so in saying that, I'll close by simply saying that safety starts with a personal choice. Safety starts with a mindset of I'm going to do what is right no matter what. So it comes down to a personal decision of how you're going to live your life and how you're going to contribute to society and be a productive citizen rather than just be another statistic. And that's what we do not want. I close by saying we thank our veterans for all the service that they've provided to our communities and for all that they've done. And I thankful that we live in a country to where we can have press events like this and be able to motivate and encourage people like this. And we're very blessed in so many ways. In saying that, this is going to conclude the press event. And do we have any questions for any of the panel that's here today? Please, ask the question that you may have. And then also after this event concludes, we also have what is called the blood alcohol test mobile there. Feel free to take a tour of it. This is something that we use at sobriety checkpoints and different events where we take and we investigate individuals that are driving under the influence or impaired in some manner or fashion, but you're welcome to go through that. So do we have any questions?
Could you go ahead and explain Vision Zero a little bit more? Our goal for the Zero Highway.
So Mission Zero is something that we have collaborated together to work with to basically reduce all fatalities. We have so many traffic fatalities that we experience and see on roadways, and also significant injuries that we have on roadways that you'll never be aware of as you travel that roadway. We travel through communities and we go through roadways and we remember spots and areas where we've seen the loss of a life. And we see those, we remember the horrendous crash that happened there. So Mission Zero for us is to educate, motivate, and enforce through enforcement means, and help our citizens to understand and come to a consensus that we don't want you to be the next victim. We don't want you to take and be the next person that is having a grieving family. So our goal is for there to be no fatalities within the fiscal year, and but that comes back down to the individual once again. That's the largest thing that all these officers can express is personal ownership in the way that you travel the roadways. Any other questions? In saying that, thank you guys for being here. Thank you all for the work you do. Our thoughts and prayers are with all of you all, and you all have a wonderful day.